Caution: hydrochloric acid and nitric acid are very corrosive and could be harmful for your health if not be handled with care. This video is for educational purpose only. Do it on your own risk and don't get yourself killed. Stannous chloride or tin dichloride is a white crystalline salt of tin metal. It forms dihydrate salt. In the natural water solution, it tends to hydrolysis, especially in hot water. Tin dichloride is used as a reducing agent. Stannous chloride is widely used as an electrolyte in tin electroplating bath. As you can see in the image, stannous chloride can detect gold, platinum, and palladium by changing solution color in the dilute and concentrated solutions. To synthesize tin dichloride, we need some tin metal and enough concentrated hydrochloric acid to cover metal in the beaker. Since the reaction is terribly slow, it is enhanced by addition of a small quantity of about 35% nitric acid. First, I add some tin metal to the beaker. Afterwards, pour hydrochloric acid in the beaker and then add some milliliters of nitric acid. Next, shaking beaker to mix acid. As you can see, the reaction has been started. It is obvious with forming bubbles. I turn hot plate on to increase the process speed, but be careful not to raise the temperature too much. After a few minutes, you will notice intensify in the reaction, and some vapors come out of the beaker. So I decided to cover the beaker to prevent droplet splashing. When you find the reaction decreasing in the speed, you can add some more nitric acid. Add the nitric acid as slow as possible. After a few minutes, almost all of the tin metal would be dissolved in the acid, except for a small amount of metal it still remains in the beaker. Always ensure that you keep a piece of metal in the beaker. This would prevent the oxygen of air to react with the stannous chloride to form tin ivy chloride or stannic. You may find the salt solution cloudy, but it's okay. Some of the small particles of stannous chloride salt start to form by concentrating the solution. I decided to transfer the liquid to a conical flask to avoid splashing. After several minutes of boiling liquid, it has been reached half of its initial volume. You may notice a color change by cooling the solution. It's okay. I transferred the liquid to a beaker and I covered it to put in the freezer for crystallization. After 45 minutes of freezing, the nice and beautiful crystals form. I filtered the crystals by using a paper tissue. Here it is. This is the product of first crystallizing turn. I crushed the crystals and put it aside to dry out. Don't crush the crystals before filtration, because that way filtration process would take a lot of time. I transferred the mother liquor to a beaker to boil in again and repeating the crystallization process. By doing this process once or twice more, almost all of the stannous chloride salt would be crystallized out. Boiling time should not exceed more than a while, because by evaporating the hydrochloric acid and approaching to the natural pH, stannous chloride tends to hydrolysis. If you observe any increasing in the pH, you can add some more drops of hydrochloric acid. As you can see, we got decent amount of crystals after doing the second crystallization process. This time, to filter the crystals, I decided to use a piece of glass wool instead of paper tissue. We don't need to worry about nitrates impurities. This small amount of nitric acid is reduced only to the nitrogen monoxide, but in the course of this preparation, no red fumes of oxide of nitrogen are found, because under influence of tin metal and stannous chloride, the reaction does not stop at nitric oxide, but continues to the lowest possible step, which in this case is its salt, ammonium chloride. To remove extra liquid, I decided to use vacuum. Adding second bunch of crystals to the initial crystals. And also glass wool easily removed. As you can see, there is a difference between first crystal's purity and other crystals. It is obvious with color. You can recrystallize it out, but I don't have any trouble with it. And I stored remaining mother liquor for my future projects. To increase shelf life of the salt and prevent hydrolysis, I store it wet in the hydrochloric acid, so we don't need to dry it out completely. Okay, that's it. We are done. To support me, please like the video and leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for next project. Thanks for watching.